Hello. Okay, so this is a functional flow. Not that it matters, but it's Monday and I'm caffeinated and I slept well, so I have that going for me. We're gonna do some band work today, and I have two bands here that I'm gonna bring with me. One of them is just like this. It broke at some point, so it's shorter. So yours can be longer and that's fine. This is kind of a light-ish band. They're both probably light or medium bands. And then this one I have already tied. If you don't have one that's tied, what I would recommend that you do is bring it around your knees with like a little bit of space in between your knees. And then tie it there, not too tight, so it's like easy to get apart on the other side, so you're not angry on the other side. I don't want to make you angry, okay? So yeah, you'll take it and bring it around like the backs of your knees, and then just tie yourself up like the gift you are. Isn't that lovely? Okay, and once you have it tied, I think just leave it there actually. I kind of want to start with that this time, okay? So get yourself into your band. Once you have it tied, bring it down a little bit to your like calf area, okay? Perfect. And you can just walk your feet apart a little bit so you have a little bit of distance, and also just so you're out gently into the resistance of the band. Not very much, just a little bit, okay? And you can really do whatever you want with your hands. I think I'm gonna start like this. And I think we'll start by keeping the toes and the feet directed forward, not turned out or turned in. Try to get them straight ahead. And first we'll bend our knees so our back is straight and the knees are gonna come forward, and then you'll just come right back up again. So knees are gonna come forward. Imagine you're sliding your back down the wall and then come back. It may not be a huge amount, a huge range of motion. P.S. As you're doing this, just take a quick peek at your knees. Make sure they're not staying in towards one another, but they're kind of tracking with your toe, your middle toe. So you're not letting the band dictate what the knees do, okay? We're just gonna do about 5 more. I'm just trying to keep my upper body nice and straight. Shoulders pretty relaxed, you're breathing. And we'll do 3 more. And 2 more. And then 1 more time. Okay, now I am going to keep my knees just a little bit soft, and I'm gonna shift over into my right leg and then over into my left leg. Shift over, I'm kind of bending my right leg a little bit more, transferring the weight from one foot to the other. Feel your whole foot into the ground, feel your toes and the ball of the foot and the heel. 1 more each way. And then come back central. Shift slightly into the right foot. Press the left leg out and put it right back down. Shift over into the left foot. Press the right out and come back down. Feel free as you transfer the weight and lift 1 leg at a time to recognize if you need a little extra assistance. Do you want to put your hand on a chair or on something, the wall, whatever? It's all good. That is a great thing to do. So just do it if you need to. I'm just going to do a couple more here. Weight transfer, press out and land. And then I'm going to come back to the center. And now I'm going to try to, I think I'm going to come to the side here. I'm keeping my knees still a little soft. Now I'm going to weight transfer and step 1 foot back and then return. Weight transfer, other foot back and come in. Back, back, and back. You don't have to keep your hands on your hips. So I'm just going to continue to step 1 foot back at a time. Hopefully your band isn't rolling around, staying put. Let's do 2 more here. And 2. Let's do 1 more set. And then come back to the center and come all the way up to stand. You can just keep your feet a little bit wide. Bring the arms all the way up. We're going to hook our thumbs. Stretch all the way up, and we'll do a little side stretch. And reach. And reach. Other side. And then come back to the center, and we'll bring the arms down. And you can walk your feet in a little bit. Let's do 1 more thing here. Coming forward. So we went out, we went back. To come forward a little bit, let's just make it kind of a gentle movement where you transfer into one leg, bend the opposite knee, and just bring the leg up a little bit. And a little bit. And a little bit. I'm going to do 3 more sets. 3 and 3. And 2 and 2. And 1 and 1, and then come all the way down. And I do actually want to do 1 more. Let's see if this band lets me do it. I'm going to move the band down a little bit more, which is going to kind of force me to widen my feet a little bit more. If your band is a little smaller, that might be better. I'm going to try to do a cross the body move. So maybe I'll do arms wide here. I'm going to reach the leg over to the other side of the room. And for this one, my leg is pretty straight. Cross the body and return. Cross the body. Cross the body. 1 more each way. And other side. Okay, let's bring the arms down for a minute. Ear to shoulder. Roll around. Take a nice deep breath. And then go back around the direction that you came in, and then come up through the center. Let's come back out with the arms. Right leg. I'm going to do a little combo of all the moves we just did. So right leg is going to cross the body, come forward, come out to the side, and then go back. It's okay if you have to adjust your standing leg, whatever you need to do here. I'm going to try it again with the right leg. Cross, come front, out to the side, and back. And do 1 more of each. Cross, forward, side, and back. And now we're coming over with the other leg. Okay, so other leg, cross, forward, side, back. Cross, forward, side, 1 more each way. Cross, there goes my band, forward, side, and back. That side is a little harder. Okay, 1 more thing here. This one's just a little bit more for the feet. Spread the toes apart, press the floor away, lift your heels, lower them down. Lift your heels, slowly lower them down. Heels up, heels down. Heels up, slowly down. Let's do 5 more. 5. And 4. Try and relax the shoulders a little bit. Keep your head back. 3. 2 more. Last one. And then come down, okay? I'm going to leave the band there because I'm going to use it on the mat, but I am going to find the other band. P.S. If you have to untie that band, that's fine. Just do that real quick, and you can always use that band. We don't need the band on the legs there for this next part. And so I'm going to hold my band with my arms nice and straight. Reach forward, quick shoulder check-in. Not so much here, more down there. Shoulders away from the ears. and we'll reach the arms out wide. And then come on back in and reach out wide. And come on back in. I'm going to do 5 more. 5. And 4. And 3. And 2. One more time here. Reach out nice and wide. And then come on back in. So now I'm going to walk my hands in pretty close to one another. Just a little bit of space. I'll move them if it feels like I'm stretching my band too much. So I like to think about this like it's a bow and arrow type move. One of your arms stays where it is as the opposite elbow goes back, like you're opening up a bow. And then come back, and we'll go the other way. And even though you wouldn't do this if you were opening up a bow, I'd love for you to follow the back elbow with your eyes and just let your thoracic spine twist. Knuckles forward, elbow back. And we're going to do 2 more sets. Knuckles forward, elbow back. And 2, 1 more each way. Other side. And return. And then I'm going to bring my arms back down. I'm going to bring the band right across the thighs with my palms facing my side body. Shoulders down, knuckles down, crown of the head up. Push back and come on back in. Pull the belly button in. So make sure you're really secure through your core as you push your arms back. And just a quick note, it's really tempting to let the shoulders roll forward right now. Try and keep them back. So it may just be a small movement. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then I'm just going to let my arms release. I'm just going to take the band and put it back right next to where my head is going to be when I lay down. Arms up to the ceiling, take a nice deep breath. And I'm going to bring my arms forward, my head down. I'm going to roll through the spine to take a forward stretch here. Take a nice deep breath. I like to soften my knees and let my head be heavy. And then we'll push down through the feet and roll back up. All the way up to stand, okay? So I'm gonna leave the band where it is and come on down to the mat. If you had to take off your band, sorry, you're gonna have to put it back again. Bring it back to the same measurement. So you can separate your knees just a little bit and then bring the band around the thighs and just tie it back up again. It's gonna stay right there. If you need anything else, you can grab that too. Anything else that's good for you while you do your work. Otherwise, just lie down on your back. So I'm gonna keep my knees bent here with my feet pretty close to my tush. And then I'm gonna walk my feet out just a little bit. So when I lift my hips, I can just use a little bit of the resistance of the band, okay? Arms by your sides, push down through the feet, lift the hips, and lower the hips. So adjust your feet if you need to. Very often when people start moving through this, there's a little bit of things that feel different or not great. Moving your feet really changes the way the exercise feels. So coming closer to you or further away, closer together or further apart, it usually makes a big difference. When you lift your hips, push down through the feet and just gently keep the knees a little bit wide. And we're just gonna do 6 more here. Exhale, come up. Inhale down. 5 more. 4 more. 3 more. Last 2. And 1 more time. And then lower all the way down, okay? From here, I'm gonna get that band that I just used. I'm gonna widen my hands a little bit wider than my own shoulders, and then bring the hands down right by my side. So the band should be, you should have enough length here so when you bring your hands to the ground, it's not hard. You don't, right here, you don't have to work hard to keep your, the side of the hand down, okay? We're gonna do another set of lifting the hips. This time, pressure down through the pinky side of the hand as you lift your hips. Okay, so it's kind of like the karate chop side of the hand is pushing down. Think knuckles forward, crown of the head back. When you lift those hips, you're still keeping your knees a little bit wide. And the exhale on the way up, I think, is helpful. Kind of reminds you to draw the abdominals in a bit. We're gonna do 5 more here. 5, and down. 4 more. And down, and 3. 2 more, straight arms. And then 1 more time. And then come all the way down. Okay, I'm gonna take this band and I'm gonna put it off to the side. And then I'm gonna take this band and I'm gonna take it off the legs, but I'm gonna keep it on my right foot. My right foot. Okay, so this is the part where I just wanna warn you to be careful, because if the band slips off your foot, maybe I don't even know what will happen. So just kind of be careful there. Band is around the foot. I'm walking my hands up to get a little resistance from the band. And I'm gonna straighten out my left leg and keep my right leg up here. Both hands are holding on, but I'm gonna transfer the band into my left hand and bring the leg over to the left. And then I'm gonna go back through the center, give the band to my right hand, and come over to the right and back up again. So we can go both ways. Of course, your range of motion could be different from mine. You can keep your knee soft if you need to, or you can keep the leg straight. It's up to you here. Go ahead and breathe as you move from side to side here. So this is a really nice way to stretch out the hip and just to move through it. Move through it. Please try not to hold your breath. We're gonna do 2 more. 2 and 2. 1 more each way. 1 and 1. And then I'm gonna come up here and switch my feet. Left foot up, right foot down. And then when you're ready, you can straighten the right leg out. And when you're ready, you can bring the band into the right hand, leg over to the right, through the center, over to the left, and back up, over to the right, and up, and left. Breathe. 2 more sets. Ooh, that's a good stretch. And 2, 1 more each way, and 1. And then I'm going to come back up. I'm going to bend my right leg, and I'm going to take this band off the foot completely, and I'm going to put the band off to the side, right off to the side. I'm going to bring my arms by my sides. I'm going to slide both legs out a bit. So the knees are still bent, but as you can see, it's much different than the bridges where the feet are. And I'm going to bring the right leg up to the ceiling. And I'm going to go right back where it was and switch. Left leg up to the ceiling and go right back. So it's a little bit of a kick up, but try not to let momentum do all the work here. When you bring one leg up, keep the other leg pretty still, and try and keep your pelvis pretty still as well. Don't kick up so hard that your whole pelvis moves. Okay, try and keep your pelvis pretty still. Let's just do 1 more each way. Kick up and return. Other one, kick up And return this time. Right leg is going to come up and stay. And I'm going to circle the leg around and back up again. And around and back up again. And 3. And 4. And we're going to reverse the circles. Go the other way. Around and back up. 2. And up. 3. And up. 4. And up. One more time. And up. And then we'll come down and bring the left leg up. Circle. In, around, up. Good to notice if one side feels a lot different from the other. For me, it definitely does. 2 more. 1 more. And we reverse. Out, in, up. 2. 3. 4. Last one here. 5. And then bend both knees. Bring them in. Give them a big hug. And just take a nice deep breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Bring your knees in towards your belly. Widen your elbows and bring your shoulders away from your ears. Let the neck be nice and long. One more. Inhale, exhale. And then the feet are going to come back down to the mat. Bring your feet wide on the mat. And bring the knees to the right and to the left. Knees right and left. Nice deep breaths here. 5 and 5. 4 and 4. 3 and 3. 2. 1 more each way. And we're coming back to the center and staying put right there, okay? So arms are going to come up towards the ceiling. I'm going to keep my arms right up here. If you want to bring your arms by your sides during this next bit, go ahead and do that. Keeping the arms here, draw the abdominals in, and we're going to bring one leg up away from the ground and then back down. Again, when you put your foot down, like kind of quietly, and when you come back up, slowly lower and replace. Get to the point where as you're lowering that one leg, the other one comes right away from the ground. So there's really only just a moment. In fact, maybe there's a quick moment where both feet are moving at the same time. Makes it a little bit more challenging. And then you can advance to bringing one down, and as the other one goes down, the other one is already coming up. So there's no connection to the ground for a moment. Take some nice deep breaths here. 3 more. And 3. 2. And 2. 1. And 1. Put the feet down. Bring your arms behind you. Take a nice deep breath here. Bring your arms back up again. Let's keep the arms in focus for a minute. Let's turn the palms forward. One arm is going to go back as the other arm goes by your side. And then come back to the center and then switch to the other sides. You may notice that one arm has a different range of motion. For me, it definitely does. I can't go all the way to the ground here. I guess I can if I completely release. Just go through this a few times and notice if you have to change the way your arms are, like maybe coming a little wider away from the body. Maybe you're able to bring your arm closer to the ground, the arm that's going back. Let's just do one more each way. And then we'll return back up again. We're going to kind of put the last 2 exercises together. Legs are going to come up towards the ceiling. Arms are going to stay here, okay? Let's do the right hand and the left leg. Right arm goes back as the left leg goes down, and then return. And then we'll do the opposites. Left arm, right leg. And return. Right arm, left leg. Return. Left arm, right leg. Right arm, left leg. 2 more. 2. 2. 1. And 1. Go all the way back down with the feet and the arms. This time, let's widen the feet as wide as maybe your mat, or a little wider than your shoulders. And we're going to bring the hips up for one more set. This time, when you bring your hips up, your feet will be wider. Try to keep your knees as wide as your ankle or your middle toe. And then lower down. We're going to do 6 more. 6 and down. 5 more. 5 and down. 4 more. And 3. And 2. Last one. And lower back down, okay? From here, bring your legs in. We're gonna rock up. Rock up to sit, okay? I'm gonna turn so you can see me. So hands are gonna come back like you're just leaning back on your hands. And let's start by widening the feet, let's say hip distant just about. The knees are gonna come to the right and the feet will stay where they are. And then the knees will come over to the left and your feet will stay where you are, okay? So the upper body remains pretty still, but the knees go right and left. So this typically, as long as it's going okay for you, is a nice way to work on mobility in the hip joint especially. This is a phenomenal hip mobility exercise here. It could be a really nice stretch for you. If this is going okay, we're going to move it along a little bit, where when you bring the knees over, as you can see now, my knee is really close to that opposite foot. The feet kind of stay in the same position. And then you can bring the knees over, and I'm moving my upper body now because this is going fine. So I guess what I'm doing is I'm increasing the range of motion that's happening. And now this is becoming something that's also good for knee mobility as well. You should stop when you get to a place where your body's like, that's probably far enough. Don't push to get more mobility today. The more you do just the most basic one where you're bringing your knees to the side, that will increase. That'll just be your first step. Okay? So we're just going to do a few more of these. Few more. Try to find a little bit of a flow here. It's not that you have to move fast. Breathe through it, whatever your movement pattern is. Now I'm going to do 2 more sets here. 2 and 2. 1 more each way. And 1. Okay? And then I'm going to come back to the center. And now we're going to come down onto our side. I'm going to start on my right side. Okay? So I'm going to keep my knees bent. I'm going to lie down on my right side. Now that we got those hips warmed up a little bit, we're going to use them. When you come down to your side, straighten yourself out a bit. Feel long through the spine. You can rest your head on your arm. And I'm just going to keep my top hand right in front of my ribs or my chest here. Top leg is going to start by making a nice big circle. The knee is going all the way around. When you're moving around, try to keep your heel kind of close to your tush. Heel kind of close to your tush. We're doing 3 more in this direction. Make sure you're breathing here. Taking some nice deep breaths. 2 more. And 1 more time. And we got to go the other way. Around. And 2. And 3. And 4. One more here. Okay, so the hip is probably getting nice and warm. That's great. Rest the leg down for a minute. Press your bottom leg down as you lift your top leg up and then return. Press your bottom leg down as you bring your top leg away from it. For 6 more here, and 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, one more time. And come all the way down. Take a nice deep breath. And we're going to come up for one more thing here. It is a foot to foot, and then a knee to knee. And a foot to foot, and a knee to knee. 4 more. 4, and 4. Try not to rush through this. 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, and 1, and then come all the way down. Take a nice deep breath here. Just a quick little stretch. Bring your bottom arm forward and your head down, and then open your top arm and breathe. So this is such an important stretch for these muscles around the shoulder and the chest and all of the muscles through the thoracic spine. Just breathe. And your hip. 2 more. 1 more. And then I'm going to bring my arm back. And I'm going to push myself up here. Before we do the other side, let's come onto the hands and knees for a moment. Come onto your hands and knees. If you ever need any extra padding for your wrists or your knees, just try to double up your mat, or maybe grab a couple of towels or something like that. That's usually pretty helpful. So first, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. I'm going to curl my toes forward for a minute. And even though this is a really intense stretch for me, I'm going to sit back towards my heels to stretch out the feet. And then I'm going to come forward, and I'm going to go a little bit further forward than I started. So I'm increasing the bend in the wrist. When I sit back, I'm putting some pressure into the feet. When I come forward, I'm putting pressure, and I'm working on the mobility of the wrist joint. So along the way, breathe. Try to just kind of keep your abdominals pulled in a little bit here, just for a little extra support. Move your parts if you need to. If you need to move your hands forward a little bit, that's fine. Try to keep yourself from sinking towards the ground here. Like, try not to release, but just almost to gently stay lifted through the chest away from the ground. I'm just going to do 4 more here. 4, and 3, and 2, 1 more, and then I'm coming back central, and I'm going to uncurl my toes. Knees and feet together. Knees and feet together, hands as wide as your shoulders. Keeping your toes down, you just extend one leg and then basically put it right back down. Extend the other leg, put it right back down. Move through one leg and then the other, and try to find stability through your pelvis. Push the ground away with your fingertips. You can start to bring the leg, when you extend it, off the ground. So now there's no point of connection. Extend through the spine a little bit. Abdominals are pulled in. We're just doing 3 more like this. and 3, and 2, 2, 1, and 1. Come on back down. One arm is going to come straight out to the side. And then return. Other arm straight out to the side. And return. Reach. And reach. Try to keep your spine nice and long. 2, and 2. One more each way. Reach. Other side. And then come on back down. Sit back towards your heels. Bring your arms forward. And bring your head down. Take a nice deep breath. One more. And let's come on back up. So now I'm going to flip over and do the other side. I'm coming now onto my left side. Knees bent. Okay. Head on the arm. Try and straighten out your spine a little bit. Drawing the abdominals in. We're going to try to make that nice big circle again. Try to keep your heel relatively close to your tush. And really ask this circle to be as big as it can be. Really nice big circle. 3 more. This way. 3. And 2. One more time. And we got to go the other way. Around. And 2. And 3. 4, 5, one more here, and then return and just put the leg down for a second. Take a nice deep breath. Press the bottom leg down, lift the top leg up, and return. 2, 3, 4, 5, one more, and down for a moment. Take a breath. You'll come up and pause, and it's a foot to foot, knee to knee, foot to foot. Yeah, try not to rush through it. And knee to knee. 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, and 1, and all the way down. Okay, the bottom arm is going to come forward, and I'm going to open up that top arm. Whew. And breathe. One more deep breath here. Oh my gosh, that stretch is so nice. And then we'll come back one more time, hands and knees. Okay, so make your way back up here. Knees together, feet together, hands right underneath the shoulders. And I'm going to take a little bit of a modified tricep push-up here. So the elbows are going to go back, and I'm going to lower my chest and my face towards the ground. Go as far as you can while maintaining a nice sort of lengthened out spine. Keeping your, it's almost like you want to bring your chin between your pointer fingers. For 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, one more. Good. How about a quick little round spine here? And then an arched spine. One more each way. And arched. Come back to the center. Now I'm going to walk my hands forward a little so I can lean forward. Now it's kind of a wide elbow modified push-up for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. All the way up. Walk back in. Round through the spine. Arch. And come back to center. One more set. A little different. Come forward. I'm going to curl my toes forward a little bit. This is like a little combo thing. One wide elbow push-up. Wide. And then sit the heels back to stretch out the feet back. Come forward, wide. And then sit back. 3 more. 3. 3. 2. 2. One more each way. And sit back. I am going to make my way up through a bit of a down dog here. If you want, you can just come right up to stand if that does not sound like a good choice for you, a down dog. Sending the hips back, letting the head be heavy, taking a nice deep breath here. And then one more. And then I'm going to make my way up to stand. And we're going to do a roll down together. So you can keep your feet about hip distance, reach your arms all the way up, take a nice deep breath. And then we will roll down, just like we did in the beginning. Let your head be heavy. Exhale. And then we will roll up. Push through the feet. Maybe keep your knees soft. And come all the way back up. And then last but not least, we'll do one more side to side stretch. So thumbs together, reach up and stretch over. And stretch over. One more each way. And then come back to the center and come all the way down. Take one breath here. Try to relax your shoulders. Breathe into your belly. One more. We did it. Have a great day.